We're just about a year from Election Day 2024. And in a race where the Democratic incumbent is running for re-election, and the leading Republican candidate is a former president himself, it can be easy to write off the story of 2024 as one we've heard before. The same choices.
When it comes to Joe Biden, people say, man, he's too old to run, isn't he?
With even more baggage.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump indicted again. This, the fourth case against him, adding up to a combined 91 charges.
But to me, that's exactly what makes 2024 distinct. The same two candidates dominating their party's primaries.
The only other two candidates I would maybe even support would be, I think it's Tim Scott, or Kyla, I can't remember her last name.
While alternatives struggle to emerge.
She was big in the UN.
Oh, Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley, okay.
Okay, I hear it.
At the same time,
When you think about the 2024 election, how do you feel?
Sickened.
that voters openly hate their options. This calls for an entirely different approach to political reporting. And that's what the run-up is going to do for the next year. We're still doing some of the things you'd expect.
Wow, I just really walked through that samples, had 3 different types of meat in 5 seconds.
Like going to the Iowa State Fair.
I believe America can do for anyone what she's done for me.
To follow around Republican candidates.
You know, people ask, what happened with you and Trump? I said, well, he beat me like a drum, and I acknowledged that he did.
And to party events in early voting states.
And I've come to like him, and he likes him, and that gets us through 18 holes of golf.
And holding powerful people to account.
When you look and say what Vice President Kamala Harris brings to the ticket, what is that clear answer?
Were you in this room of 2,000 people?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see them cheering and standing?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. Thank you.
But we're also spending time in places you wouldn't typically see on a political calendar. Like a country music concert in Iowa.
All I can say is if you know, you know. So here you go. Try that in a small town, baby.
In a remote corner of the country.
We're political journalists in Clallam for the weekend.
You're from New York and you're political journalists in Clallam for the weekend?
Yeah.
Where no presidential candidate is likely to visit. This is going to be a very weird election. It's not going to play by the usual rules. Our promise to you is that we see that. We get that this is different. And we're going to find a new way to make sense of it.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
My name is Steph Herndon. I'm a reporter with the New York Times. This is Anna. We're talking to people about why we're bothering to the dinner. I'm saying maybe you wanted that 5-10 minutes to chat.
Okay.
You look so worried.
Well, because you're the New York Times.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. But we're nice people from the New York Times. We're all nice, I would say.
Okay, as long as you're nice.
I promise you.
Nice.
Our first episode drops Thursday, November 2nd. And after that, we'll be coming to you every single week until Election Day.